Right, so we had a referee in the Arsenal game. I think it was referee Ainsworth, but I might be wrong, who, after an age, was told to go to the monitor. Now, the time it took him to be told to go to the monitor was too long, but that's not his fault. He then went to the monitor, looked at the Nketiah challenge from 2 angles, took 5 seconds, came back on, gave the signal, red card. The Premier League need to get out of this bubble that they're in, where the decision has been made by clearly people not understanding the game properly in a booth. It must, at all times, in my opinion, be reverted back to the match official who is on site. Then he can make a decision, because I think the match official makes a better, clearer decision at the game, looking at the monitor, and I think we'll at least should get some more clarity doing it that way, rather than him relying, as they have been for 99% of the time, of somebody sat in Stockley Park at a booth. Because it almost looks as if somebody's goading these officials to say, no, there's no chance. Come on, you're not going to let that one go. And he's like, I am. It's almost like some sort of game, because how they can get it so wrong, I don't know. But I'm adamant that every decision should be made, guys, by the official at the game. It doesn't waste time. It doesn't take that long. It was proven in the Arsenal game. Just do it, for God's sake.
Is it going to happen, Shaka? Is this how it gets fixed?
I think it has to. And to Craig's point, listen, I was involved with the IFAB meetings at the earliest stages of the introduction of VAR, and every single referee on the technical advisory panel said there in those meetings that the referee on the field needs to go over and review. The decisions need to be made by the man or woman with the whistle. So I really don't understand how we've gone from that to what the Premier League are doing now. Back end of last year, we also had incidents that I think it was in Australia in the A-League, where the referee and the VAR were mic'd up and you could hear their communication back and forth. Even if you have that and you understand how those decisions are made, you are less likely to criticize the errors when they do come, because errors will come because humans are involved, and that's just part of being human. But if you understand the thinking behind it, you are less critical of it. How the Premier League has found themselves so far away from everything that everybody else is doing, from every recommendation that comes before it, is simply beyond me. The criticism they're getting now is justified, but it's on them.
Well, listen, Ed, just briefly, Adrian, to back up the points that we've been making, let's go back to that Arsenal game briefly. The referee who was on site did a great job, but the referee who was the VAR for that referee, who I don't know who it was, but he rock and rolled, and that's sorry for the TV term, but he looked back and forward at that replay for about, and I'm guessing now, but it seemed like a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That replay of the Nketiah challenge rolled in probably a dozen times before he told the referee to go and look at the monitor. Now, what's that telling me? Like the VAR decisions in the 3 games we've talked about, is that the VAR official was not sure, right? He was not sure. Now, the match official went over for 5 seconds and saw it was a red card straight away. So clearly there's a discourse between what a match official is seeing at the game and what somebody through been disconnected, sat in Stockley Park, is seeing. Because he wasn't sure. If he'd have made that decision, Eddie Nketiah might have got a yellow card. The game has to be refereed from on site.
All right, just briefly, guys, while I have you, switching focus to the Champions League draw. From a Premier League perspective, obviously Manchester City have a rough road to follow now, guys, if they are going to finally end this Champions League drought. Shaka?
Yeah, they are. And listen, the big clubs all got drawn together. And the smaller clubs have given themselves a little bit of a chance, given the draw and the fact that it's over one leg. I don't think it's a certainty that City get by Real Madrid, even with their lead. Real have just been that good since coming up from the break. City a little bit inconsistent themselves, but still, over one leg, anything can happen. And despite the draw, I think that is the bigger determinant to all of this.
Craig, your thoughts? Has this changed who you see as potential favourites to win it all?
Not really, although, I think it's Atalanta, PSG, isn't it? And you know, we know how good Atalanta have been going forward under Gasperini, been absolutely fantastic. But there should be no excuse for PSG. We've sort of criticised them before, and I'm not disrespecting Atalanta, but the budgets of one club dwarfs the budget of another. Look, Shaka's right. You know, the Man City Real Madrid game is in a knife edge now, even though City have got the upper hand, because we know their deficiencies defensively, and we know Real Madrid have came back after the restart and looked pretty good. The Chelsea-Bayern game, listen, wouldn't have mattered who they'd have drawn, because we know Bayern are going to put Chelsea out, barring an absolute disaster, because they were so superior in the first game. So they're probably going to go out. And obviously Atletico Madrid, you know, that fantastic 2 performances against Liverpool, they'll be kicking themselves, because they actually played, they'll be kicking themselves why they're so far out of the domestic race, because they played at Barcelona the other week and looked really good. Looked really, really good. So I think it's as open as it has been. Clearly, City have probably still got the slight edge, but defensively with Pep Guardiola's sides, there's always that defensive worry. But I think it's quite an enticing and appetizing looking draw, to be fair.
Yeah, it could easily be.
Just quickly, Adrian, I want to make the point. Craig spoke about Atalanta against PSG, which should be a foregone conclusion. But PSG haven't been playing football. And you just wonder how that comes back to haunt them. Yeah.
Yeah, for Man City, could well be Real Madrid, Juventus, and one of Barcelona or Bayern Munich, if they are to reach that final. Guys, thanks so much. If you want more, Craig and Shaka will be with us today on Extra Time.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.